I don't know if I have a favorite, but the poem by E. Cummings, which has that wonderful line, "I carry your heart with me, I carry your heart in my heart." I always go back to that one.
My favourite poem at the moment, it sort of changes week to week, but at the moment it's a poem called Dio or Deo. It's an old English poem, we don't know who wrote it, and it's a list of terrible things that have happened in the past, but there's a refrain running through it which is essentially, you know, those things passed and these things will pass too. So it's a kind of consolation.
For most poets, your favorite one is probably the one you've just finished because it's so new and fresh.
I tend to love poems that are so strong that you can actually put them on somebody's gravestones.
Wake up, it's morning. You still tied to that dock, one knot away from walking on water? You still taking lashes from that raging monster whose rib you took? You still fighting the reflection you see in your basin? That is me. Wake up. Lick them drums, Julia. Lick them drums.
These days I really like the poems of Charles Bukowski, the ones that he wrote when his wife died, about the tigers that won't let him be.
You know, as Nepal is top of the world, we have Mount Everest, and so my poem is about the people carrying the load up into the mountains, the porters and the mules who carry the load. So poem is called Mules, my favorite poem.
My favorite poem is called This Hunger in My Heart. And it's from the collection of poems I published with my brother Bambakan in 2004. There is a dream in my heart, endless like the ocean's line. Someday we'll share a song of peace and retire you from devilish motives.
One of my favorite poems is Tabacaria by Álvaro de Campos, that is an heteronym of Fernando Pessoa. Come chocolates, miúda. Há mais metafísica no chocolate do que em qualquer outra coisa da vida.
Age-long bells clinging to them like festering wounds, beating notes of a slavery that modernism brings. Cartons of iceberg, mineral water bottles, solar heaters, Chinese tiles, tin cans, carom boards, sacks of rice, and iodized salt from the plains of Nepal Tarai.
I would have to say it's a collection of poems called The Beauty of the Husband by Anne Carson. And it reads like one entire poem, and it's a beautiful collection about the disintegration of a relationship between a man and a woman.
This is about the first love. Del kaydı permenin dünyami mana başka lat gerek del.